What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, so we're going to start this one off with an update from Phil Clahar. Now, Phil actually took to his Instagram here after competing at the Tampa Pro, and I actually just want to read this post for you guys because it seems pretty powerful here. Phil says, "Thank you to every fan, company, competitor, gym family, client, friends, etc. that has supported me over my amateur and pro career. It's meant more than you'll ever know. I've traveled to faraway places, made friends all over the world, and had some of the highest highs and lowest lows. But bodybuilding has been an enormous part of my life for so long, and I'll never forget these times. I have more to say, but for now, I just want to give all my praise and glory and honor to God, blah, 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 blah." So look, guys, now he doesn't exactly say that he is retiring in this post, but the way that this reads, I mean, I don't think there's really any other way to interpret it at this point. But we will wait for Phil to confirm himself. The fact of the matter is, this could very well be the announcement of Phil Clahar retiring from professional bodybuilding. And that's kind of how I did read this. You know, he says here that he does have more to say, but the fact of the matter is, I really think that it is coming to his retirement. I mean, think about it. The guy's 50 years old at this point, and I mean, still a fantastic physique considering that he's 50 years old. He has walked on the Olympia stage at 49 years old. Just to accomplish that, I mean, you do not see that very often, you guys. Phil has also won the 2023 Orlando Pro, defeating Hassan Mustafa and Stanimal. He took third at the Masters Olympia in 2023. He was second behind Ian Valier at the 2021 Texas Pro and the Tampa Pro. I mean, this is a career that really deserves a lot of respect. And you know what? Some serious recognition. So if this is indeed Phil's retirement announcement from competitive bodybuilding, I just want to say congratulations to Phil Clahar on a very successful bodybuilding career in the Pro League. Alright, next up, we've got an update here from Behrouz Tabani at 10 weeks out of the Olympia. And this is a competitor that has absolutely evolved into a total monster this year. The conditioning. Behrouz has always showed up with very good conditioning, but this year, especially at the Dubai Pro, was really just on another level. Very similar to what we saw at the Romania when he went up against Samson Dauda, but he was just a little bit sharper in Dubai, I found. His overall balance from top to bottom from a muscularity standpoint, I think really improved. And as a multiple pro show winner, Behrouz has really always had a really healthy amount of respect in the bodybuilding world. But I feel like this year, especially after winning both the Flex Pro weekend and the Dubai Pro, all of the questions around whether or not Behrouz would be a top Olympian, I think are heavily leaning toward the fact that this guy could very well be a top 6 finisher on that Olympia stage. Definitely a top 8 finisher at this point. But now, we find ourselves in the exact same position again this year. We find ourselves asking the question, will Behrouz Tabani receive his US visa to compete on the Mr. Olympia stage? And that's a stage that he is still yet to step on, despite being qualified now for 3 years in a row. To not have this competitor on the Olympia stage would honestly be nothing short of an injustice in the sport. This has to be the year that Behrouz makes it to the Olympia. There's no announcement of any confirmation he can make it to the US to compete yet, but like I said, this has to be the year that we see Behrouz finally step on that Olympia stage. We need to see this guy up against the best of the best on that day. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Where will this version of Behrouz Tabani place at the 2024 Olympia? And honestly, let's just hope that he can make it there so we can finally find out just how good this guy really is. Alright, next up, we've got an update here from Akim Williams at 10 weeks out. And it looks like Akim is right on track. He looks like he took a little bit of a break after winning the Toronto Pro, but for 10 weeks out, I really think that he's right where he needs to be. He still has those crazy arms, the quads, he's got that great quad sweep, the midsection is still looking tight, and when you consider Akim's track record in 2024 so far, he could be a real wildcard at the Olympia himself. The Olympia, I believe, is going to be his second show working with Chris Aceto, and Chris really brought him in at his absolute best that we've seen in really years. This is a guy that really bounced back after a couple of lackluster seasons. We've all seen the potential in the past. I mean, you got to remember, Akim finished 6th at the 2020 Olympia. He's won at least 5 pro shows in his career, and it seems like 2024 could very well be his best year to date. So don't lose track of this guy. Akim can really make some waves on that Olympia stage this year. If he really nails the conditioning and brings that fullness, he really can hang with the best of the best. But there's no question, he is going to have to be inside out peeled out of his mind like we've never seen before. If he does that, he may be able to land himself a top 10 spot. Alright, last up, we've got an update here from Hunter Labrada. Now, Hunter did a guest posing here at the Lee Labrada Classic at 5 weeks out of the Italy Pro. And Hunter looks absolutely massive. There's no question. The quads, I think, actually have come up in size a little bit, but the back is ridiculously improved from what we've seen from Hunter in the past. Hunter has added so much width and thickness to his back. I would say it's his most improved body part of 2024. Conditioning wise, for being 5 weeks out, I actually was expecting Hunter to be a bit sharper here. I wouldn't say that he's significantly behind necessarily. A lot of what I'm seeing, I think, is just a lot of water weight, but there's definitely still some body fat there that needs to go. And you know, I really hope that he's not taking this Italy show too lightly. As far as we know, as of right now, his principal competition is Nextzilla, Rubiel Mosquera. And although Rubiel does not have the greatest track record for bringing lights out conditioning, in fact, he has a track record of bringing lackluster conditioning, really. This is not a show where Hunter can come in at like 90% and save the rest for the Olympia. It is not that kind of show. If Hunter was to run that strategy, he may run the risk of having comparable conditioning to Rubiel. And honestly, Rubiel is just a lot of muscle to deal with. Hunter really has to focus on out-conditioning his competition in Italy. And who knows who else is actually going to show up in Italy? We really don't know as of yet. Now, I still do have confidence that Hunter is going to come in shredded out of his mind here, but I do think that he has just a little bit more work to do compared to where he was 5 weeks out from competitions, you know, last year, going into the Tampa, going into the Texas. But again, Hunter does have my confidence here, but I've seen a lot of people online posting that Hunter looks, I've seen some people say as far as 10 weeks out. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that entirely, but look, you guys let me know in the comments below what you think of this version of Hunter at 5 weeks out. Is Hunter going to be at his best to take home that victory in Italy, or do you guys actually think that he's too far behind? You guys let me know below. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.